It's time for us to take back our communities and create unity. Community vibes with BrownEyes. Come take a walk with me. Community vibes with BrownEyes. Get it, King T finesse. We hit the streets running. You know we coming. Building with knowledge to inform, to bring the love in. It's the unity in our community. Reform, move on to be strong. It takes you and me. Bring the issues, let's talk about it. Make a plan, bring it to life, and never doubt it. To inspire, keep you going higher. Words put to action, fuel to the fire. Life gets better when we do it together. BrownEyes, King T, finesse, time to get up. Get up. Get up. For everyone, the best. Hit it, King T, finesse. Join in and catch the vibe. All right. Welcome to our first episode of Community Vibes with BrownEyes in 2023. Let me tell y'all, I am so excited to kick off this year, with this show. And I have a wonderful, fabulous guest sitting next to me. And I want to introduce her to you briefly. She goes by the name of Jackie Love Calloway. And she is the founder, and owner of J Love Fashion School of Etiquette, people. And let me tell you, she's doing some great things with the young people in New York City that we're going to talk about, and talk about how you can change life through fashion, change lives through fashion. And that's exactly what she is doing. But before we go into that, I just want to thank y'all very much. We had a successful year last year doing shows and bringing people on the show that were doing great things like feeding the homeless, using their skills to go into the community to create resources for people, people telling you about diseases, about healing, and all kind of different things, information from people that you've been giving me good feedback from, telling me that you learned a lot from the show. So I am really appreciative for all of you who have been watching, who have been supporting. I appreciate you, and may you continue to watch on. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. Well, Community Vibes with BrownEyes is a project that was designated to reach into the depths of the community to highlight and shine light on those who are often overlooked. People like leaders, activists, nonprofit organizations, musicians, performing artists, and young people just like you and me, who decided to use their skill and their talents to go out in the community and create something that benefits the whole environment. Things like resources, informational things, or just doing things in the community to create change. And so it is my wish that we come on this show to not only just talk about it, but to highlight the people that are out there that doing these great things so that you can know and see all the great things that's being done in our community, because they're not talked about enough. We talk about the negative, but we need to hear more of the positive. So that's what Community Vibes with BrownEyes is all about. And today's show to kick off the year is going to be called, Changing Life Through Fashion, an interview with our wonderful Jackie Love Calloway from the J Love Fashion School of Etiquette. Okay, so give her another round of applause. I really appreciate you, and thank you so much for coming out to the show. She came all the way out to Jersey from New York, but that is not unfamiliar to her because she travels and she touches lives through her gift, and she has a very extensive history, and we only got an hour, but we're going to try to pack it in as much as they can. So let me shut my mouth and turn it over to the beautiful Jackie sitting next to me and ask you, tell me a little bit about yourself, your upbringing, where you're from, and who was your influence, in terms of gearing you towards the fashion industry.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Daisy, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful that you are here.
Yes. Well, I was raised in Queens, Hollis, Queens.
Queens, shout out to Queens, Far Rockaway in here.
St.
Got
Albans.
Queens in New Jersey. We here.
Yep. Also, my big influences was my family, my grandfather, my grandmother, my auntie Sandra. Big up to my mother, Miss Rosetta
Big up moms.
Perez.
We got to big up mom too.
You know,
That's our first teacher.
Yep, my auntie Sandra was amazing with me, teaching me different things. My uncle Bill, that is with Fatback Band, my whole
Oh,
family.
the Fatback Band.
Yeah.
Give it up for the Fatback Band, fathers of hip hop. I remember them faintly when I was younger, before the Sugar Hill Gang.
Exactly.
All right, this is blood, like right here from back in the days, hip hop.
Yep.
Okay.
But the thing is that I'm also an alumni of BrownEyes Johnson.
Okay.
And I danced ever since I was 5 years old. My mother said about 4 or 5. I stopped dancing at 16, but it never leaves you.
Right.
And one of the dances that we did was the moon dance. I was in a junior pro. That was hot. I mean, we were the standard for that.
Right.
So our names of the Love and the Washington family still stands to this day as an alumni of BrownEyes Johnson.
Wow. Okay.
And the thing was, I remember when Miss BrownEyes Johnson, my leg was extended up. That woman came over, and in our time, she took that belt and that power that leg. But she said, I'm going to tell you this. When it was over, she pulled me to the side, and she said, if you do not want to be a dancer, but I see something in you, you're going to make it, and you're going to shine.
So you started out dancing.
I started out dancing.
Okay.
Started out dancing. We danced at my whole family, from my sister Lisa. She has Janice Dance. To this day, my brother Derek, he was there playing the drums. My sister Kim, she was doing the tap
whole
dancing.
family, wow.
Oh yeah, my mother. My family didn't play, but grandmother,
I love
my
it.
mother.
I love it.
Yes, and we kept, just kept growing, because in that time in the 70s, we danced at Lincoln Center, Carnegie Hall. And I didn't dance there one time, I danced several times there. That's a blessing in itself.
That is a blessing. All the schools wanted to get up in Lincoln Center and Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, you got the best that came out of BrownEyes Johnson.
Wow.
You got Valerie Petterfield, she's doing her thing, as you see on BET. She started out in the soap operas. And just looking at her and looking at all of the blossoming, like Ben Vereen, a lot of them.
Oh, Ben Vereen, yes.
A lot of stars came from BrownEyes Johnson.
Right.
And the continuation.
Shout out to BrownEyes Johnson.
Yes.
Shout out to BrownEyes Johnson.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes. They're still continuing today with Donna Edge, also with Wendy and Curry Edge. They have Isoda, and a continuation on that. And also,
now Isoda is another group.
It's
right?
It's a dance company.
Okay,
It's a dance company. My sister, I just want to put this in with my nieces, Jayla and Anissa. Jayla is an amazing dancer.
All right,
I gotta
Jayla,
put my baby
up and
girl
coming.
in. Oh,
She
yeah,
might
up
get
and
into
coming.
fashion too.
Yeah.
Wait.
She does model for me.
Oh, okay. She does.
Yeah, she did her first show for Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, and she hit in the newspaper, the journal newspaper,
right,
the Brazilian magazine at 7.
I love it.
Yeah, at 7.
So how did you, from dancing, get into fashion? And one person she forgot to mention, because she's very humble, is that her brother is who?
Kid
the
Capri.
One and only Kid Capri. Shout out to Kid Capri. Yes. I got your sister on my show, and she's fabulous. Make sure y'all tell them now. But a whole musical family, and impressive, musical family.
Yes.
So it speaks a serious resonance on your upbringing and what you were exposed to in terms of music.
Yes.
And I keep trying to say music, whether it be dancing, rapping, singing, DJing, or whatever it is very cultivating to the person growing up, because that's expression. So how did you get from the dance to the, I'm looking at fashion now. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I spoke with my moms, and I felt I was always that fashion queen ever since I was 9 years old.
Right.
Shopping for myself, wearing my heels, doing my thing. Right. And my aunt Sandra, my mother, the whole family went to a Fille d'Ivoire. My mother told me they had to change 3 times a day. Wow. So my aunt wanted to send me there, but it was very expensive at that time.
Yeah.
So what I would do would be up the house with her on a Friday night. She would teach me for an hour how to have that etiquette. Right. And how to, even though you dance, you had it, but there was something else she saw in me, the long legs, the structure, the way I stand at my age in the 70s like this, you know. So I was always particular about everything that I wore. Hair got to be right. If my hair wasn't right, I would fall into the floor.
And look, I was the total opposite.
Everything got to be tight. Going to school in the 5th grade, wearing the heels, everything got to be just right.
Right.
You know, so I started just that molded me. My grandfather always said, you never go out with a scarf on your head. You always go out and represent yourself as a young lady. Okay. You know, and I come from that background.
Right. But that was the time for it. You had charm school. I mean, my mom has pictures of her in charm school where they walked with books on top of their head to keep their posture. Yes. Some of that stuff was good, and some of it put bad stigmatism on women in terms of how they feel about themselves and the way they look. But a lot of that stuff was discipline.
It was discipline.
You know, it was discipline, and it was direction in terms of how, you know, to conduct yourself in the environment with business people, with your friends, and you know, like, you know, there's a different performance, you know, in different arenas. So it was good for that. You know,
it was totally good for that. I remember when I was in high school, and these young ladies put me in a pageant. I didn't know. They said, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful. You should be in a pageant. You're tall." And I spoke with my mom's about that. She didn't want to sign it because she didn't know anything about that. Right. So it kind of discouraged me in a way, and I was devastated. So I started doing the things that I wanted to do of getting into fashion in the high school. I kept consistent on what I believe
was shows and stuff
exactly like that. And what God has installed in me. I didn't know those things because I was finding myself. But as I got older and I graduated out of high school in the 11th grade, I went to 2 schools. I went to Mazel Tafla, and we went to Ross. I went to Ross High School.
Okay. So and those are in Queens?
Those are in Long Island.
Oh, they're in Long Island. Okay.
Yeah, they got my mother and my stepfather. They got a house out there in Brentwood, Long Island. Okay. She's my mother's an educator. My mother's brilliant. And she graduated on the top of her class. Beautiful. And she wanted her children to have the best in education because we come from a background of the PhDs, the double masters. That comes in my world. Yes. So that follows you a long way. And I tell my students, make sure you finish school, whatever you do, because even when you get a job, they're going to go back in time. And that was taught to us. Your education background, even with the parents, you make sure that the kids are in the right schools of what they're doing, because it catches up. It does with you as an adult. You know?
Well, you know what I want to do is, before we delve into, because you have a very extensive history, and I really enjoy hearing about the family aspect, how musically inclined your family was, and how you had a lot of guidance, and, you know, surrounded by family people. Your mom, who cared about you, didn't want to sign you up for something unless she knew about it, because some people would just throw their kids anywhere. So I always tell a lot of young people, don't get upset if your parents don't agree with something you want to do or where you want to go right away, because it's only because they're concerned about you. They care. They don't want to just say, yeah, let me check it out first. And that's for your health and for your well-being. So I see you come from a well-rounded, you know, family environment like that, and you're well-rounded. But people, you know, she has been in the news. She has been making waves, being a mover and shaker. And I want to show a little video clip of her news stories, of coverage of her doing what she does. So if you could roll that news tape.
High fashion and the spirit of giving are going hand in hand in Mount Vernon this holiday season. The first fashion toy drive and fundraiser was held to benefit organizations that help children in need, complete with a red carpet. The event organizer says she knows firsthand the challenges of having to conquer obstacles after you've lost everything.
God put me to a place that I had to go into a shelter for a minute when I lost my job, and that was it. And it hurt my heart. I never was in a shelter in my life, but sometimes you have to go to see what he wants you to see. And my purpose and my mission is to help other children that can have a blessing in their life.
Guests at the event were treated to a buffet of hot food and desserts, and the organizer tells us that plans are already underway for a similar toy drive and fundraiser next year.
From the chaos backstage to the smooth strides on the runway, This is Rockland Fashion Week and all the glamour that it brings. Hundreds of VIP guests and onlookers taking in the sights and sounds of the show at Palisades Mall on Saturday evening. As any model will tell you, it's a thrill to walk in a show. But for Anna Baldera, the opportunity has special meaning.
Wonderful, because still alive, you know. When you survive for cancer, that sounds big.
She's survived 3 breast cancer diagnoses and is living her life to the fullest.
You keep it going every day. You say, thank you, God, and you keep in your mind, you're going to be okay, you're going to be fine.
This show is not just about wearing beautiful clothes, it's also about inclusion. Some of the models are living with physical and mental challenges, but they're learning to face those challenges one step at a time. And if you're looking for talented designers, makeup artists, and hairstylists, look no further. An army of them pitching in backstage to make the show a crowd-pleasing success. In West Nyack, Carol Wilkinson, News 12.
Oh, Mr. Lenny Green from the Quiet Storm. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. What brings you here to this
Jackie Love. Jackie Love, and in the memory of Miss Jules Shannon. It was Jackie Love who actually came to my rescue along with Jules Shannon when I was starting doing my Quiet Storm or Kiss After Dark live broadcast. They made it sexier. They would bring the models out and they would do a fashion show for me. I was heartbroken when I heard about the passing of Jules Shannon. So when Jackie said she was putting this together in honor of her, how can I not show up?
Give her a round of applause, people. Now, there was so many points and focuses in that video collage of news stories that I could touch on, but one that really stood out to me is the woman that had cancer. And I saw you leading her out by the hand, and she came in front of the camera and said how good she felt because she was able to dress up and feel good about herself, which is a therapy in itself that fashion gives to somebody when they're in an environment like that. Tell me a little bit about that Rockland event and what that meant to you in doing that.
Well, my girl Hope Wade, that's an amazing designer that I awarded her. The first designer that came out was Hope Wade.
Okay.
That's her baby, Rockland County. We go way back.
Wow.
Anything I need with the designers, they said, we coming for you, Jackie.
Right.
And that was her event. So as me coming in, helping, and then Miss Carol, who's for News 12, she said to me, I need a cancer survivor. I said, I got you. Went in there, spoke to Miss Hope. I said, who is the cancer survivor that's here? That was modeling for Miss Hope Wade. This beautiful woman. I took her by the hand. I said, you're getting interviewed. I brought her out, and the cameraman did not let that go. That was a Kodak. That was a moment.
That was a Kodak moment.
It was.
To be leading her out, a strong, powerful supporter as yourself, to lead this woman out into her confidence, into her feeling better, into good mental health.
Yes.
You know, like people don't look at fashion in that way, but that's what it does.
Yes.
I mean, when we dress up, no matter what we put on, it's a vibe. It's a mood. It's our presentation for the day. The way we want people to see us and the way people see us. And it's all a mental thing, and it's a performance.
Exactly.
You know, and when you let her out, it really touched my heart, because if you can do that for her, I could just imagine the seeds that you are planting in these young people who are very impressionable right now. You know, what they're going to remember going into their adolescence and their adulthood of the etiquette and the charm of it all, but the confidence of it all. You know, and we know with the world, with social media, and, you know, everybody want to strike everybody out nowadays, how important it is to build up self-esteem.
Yes.
To build up confidence so that when people go out into the world, they could feel good about who they are and to be able to walk in whatever purpose that they have.
Yes.
We grew up to sticks and stones may may break my bones, but words will never harm me.
Yes.
Though we said it, sometimes it wasn't that easy, but it's harder now because where you tease me in school, and I go home, I don't got to hear about it no more. But now they putting this stuff on internet, and now these kids don't know who is seeing people be making fun of them or talking about them, and they're committing suicide because of it. So they need people like you. So what age? What are the ages of the young girls that you work with?
I can start with the ages of 2 and up. I had
girls or boys? I don't know. You work with both
and boys.
Okay,
I have both.
Okay,
all
great.
the way up to adults.
Wow.
I have also disability. I have one of my oh my God, my Danny, Miss Athena Dent, has been with me, and she is my secretary.
Shout out to Athena. I did work with her. I was at her toy drive that we didn't get to talk about yet, but I was there, and I got to meet Miss Book Writer, Athena.
Yes.
Wonderful spirit.
Yes.
You can't get the way. I'm going to bring her on so y'all can talk to her too soon.
Goodness.
She's a wonderful, I saw her interview, and just a wonderful, beautiful woman.
Yes.
And she has so much to give.
Yes.
And her son, I met him too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Danny has been with me ever since he was 15.
Wow.
Now, when I got Danny, I was on the board for the directors for commercials, looking for different children.
Right.
And I sat at this board and I asked the directors, what are you looking for? They're on their phones. They wasn't interested because they wasn't trained properly. So when the Lord spoke to me, the Holy Spirit was speaking to me right then and there and said, He said, this is your move. Okay. I took them parents out in the hallway, let them know who I am and what I do.
Right.
And ever since then, the movement was on.
I love it.
And then when the children went for interviews, they were getting it. I worked with a wonderful agency at the time, and she had some children that she couldn't book, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
So she paid me for my fees, and the kids came to me.
Right.
And I took care of the thing. There was one with beautiful red hair, 5'9". Got her together, got her walking correctly,
right,
got her booked, and was getting paid.
Y'all hear that? Movers and shakers. Boom! That's what Jackie Love do. She come in, she see it, she make it right, she bring them where they gotta go, and they get what they have to get, and then there's development. I love that about you. You didn't just sit there and say, oh, well, they have to learn. You said, I have something to give where I could take them that extra step so they can make it in the door to where they're trying to go. And that's a beautiful thing. Now tell me some more about, the School of Etiquette thing. Tell me a little bit more about, besides, you have to mentor these young people.
Yes.
You have to mentor them.
Yes.
It's not just about walking on the stage. You have to teach them how to walk, but it's also about their attitude.
Exactly.
So tell me how you structure that.
Let me get back to Danny.
Okay.
Danny has autism.
Oh, okay.
So Danny has been with me, and they're not going to touch that. When I got finished with Danny, Danny has did 25 shows, awesome shows. He has been in 4 movies. And I'm the only one. People that they never seen anything like that. I have another young lady, Deja Harris. Her father, Michael Harris, is incredible. I get referrals. They say, you got to get with Miss Jackie Love. That woman, beautiful, 29 Down syndrome, sassy. Got with her, turning it out, curvy. She did the show. She opened up for Miss Willie Hall, my girl Willie Hall, for Willie Hall Collection. Came down that runway on my show on December 3rd, and she said, wait a minute, I'm coming down again. The people were screaming.
Right.
And I want to set the standard of what we're doing, of the confidence, teaching them the performing arts. It's not just modeling and acting. It's more confidence of what they need to know in this business. Also with the parents.
Right.
Because it's a level. It takes time. It's a journey. This is a school that I'm doing something that's different, that they're looking for something different and unique.
Yeah.
We have to stop talking about the payments. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
Oh, when my child got it, those are the ones that are ignorant. They don't know the business. So you got to sit them down.
You have to
and
teach them.
You got to teach them.
You have to teach them.
And the thing is, they understanding where I'm coming from, because sometimes you got to show them more than you can tell them.
Right.
I have them already calling back. I got to give this lady.
Well, you know what? That's really important because somebody of your with your experience, you started out, at the radio station with BLS, work with a lot of, high end people, and you have met a lot of people. Now to open up doors for people with disabilities, that's a real thing because if you look at most, events, they don't include people with disability. No. And we living in a time now where we talk about inclusion a lot.
Exactly.
And inclusion is not just about color, letting black people in, letting, brown people in, or, all this. It's about disability too. Because we don't think about people with disabilities, and some of them will come out to be a part of activities, but to literally open up the door and invite them and to put that call out there for them is a powerful thing because they deserve the right to develop just like everybody else, no matter what they feel is holding them back, because we all have something that might be holding us back, fear, mental things, disabilities are all different types of things, it doesn't have to be in a wheelchair or have some type of physical disability. We all need development in some aspect or area in our lives, and we don't never think that way when we see somebody with a physical disability. We just think, they have a special problem, but we all have areas in our life where we need some type of development. So I really, really, really enjoy that about you. So you did for the first time, you did with, J Love Fashion School of Etiquette, you did a toy drive and fashion show. Which I thought was fabulous. It was my honor to be there, to be a part of it. I met so many wonderful people. Let me tell you something. If you ever come around Jackie Love Calloway, she has the best friends. I'm alive now from here on. Girl, me and Maureen and Jackie, we grew up back in 1970, They just make me feel good. They make me look good. They have wonderful energy. Lenny Green, just a group of wonderful people who have accomplished a lot of things in their life and don't look down on people because they have done it, but they look to reach down and pull other people up so they can give back to help other people to get where it is that they will shine and be able to feel good and have a success in their life. So I appreciated you, allowing me to come out to be a part of your hard work and organizing that, and I could fit in where I did to be involved in that event. And I saw a lot of young people there, very happy, a lot of adults there happy, it just was good energy, and so what inspired you to do that? I know it's going to be a yearly thing now, so expect me to be there every year now. I got a place to go for my food, my toy drive, my fashion. I'll be with Jackie. But tell me where did the idea of that come from?
Well, it took from in the COVID. And I said, thank you, Father God, my Lord and Savior. Thank you. I said, what can I come through what he said? You're going to do a fashion toy drive fundraiser for your school, so people are going to see, because it's working about getting this building. Right. And it's not about me, it's about the Lord. It's about doing what God say do. It took me 2 months that would take people a whole year. Let me tell you, he was in that mix. The Lord was in it. It was myself. Right. It was Athena. It was Teddy from VPAD Media, my other partner. Also, it was Tantiana Watch that put, you saw them fabulous. She's an event planner with the balloons. And
I did a videotape with some music behind her. Shout out to her, yes. And it's so funny. The world is so small because her aunt saw me post her on her page. I grew up with her aunt Doris in Far Rockaway, Queens. And she said, that's my niece. How you get it back? I said, well, I was in New York and she was out there doing her thing. And y'all going to see some pictures of her because I put the event there. All that balloon decoration that you see at the toy drive is her. And she was awesome. And everybody loved her. I put some music behind her, blowing up the balloons, and then showed the ending of it, and everybody loved it. So it's a small world, out there, and so you say you working on building a school. Yes. So for the school, what does that look like in terms of curriculum and programming for the young people? What is the structure of the school that you're going to be doing?
The structure of the school is going to be within performing arts. Okay. It's not going to be just modeling and acting. I'm going to have people that's going to come in, put their time in also of things that this bullying that's going on. The self-esteem classes. Further business classes also for the parents to understand, because in our African American community, a lot of them don't know how to manage money. A lot of them have gone through a lot. in their life. You have to bring, when you come out of you got to bring that back into your community.
Absolutely.
It's not about this bougie mess. I'm done. I don't have time for it. I got to say it. You know, I go out, people look and go, that lady looks familiar. Because I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about me, but I'm going to come in and do what I got to do and make that happen. You know, so this building is going to be a high-tech building that I'm going to have it. That's going to be amazing. I don't want to tell so much on it.
You don't want to tell your secrets.
Don't want to tell the secrets.
Somebody might try to jump in front and say, I created this. You're not going to get that from her on this show. We're going to give you a little bit and that's it. You know? But, you know, I have another video that I like to show because, you know, I like to talk about people and I could sit here and say what you do and events. We could talk about it. But to see it visually is a whole nother thing. And that's one thing I love to do. So I created a collage so I could show the viewers, you know, a little bit of what Jackie Loves does in visual effect. So let's roll that video. My goodness. I mean, like, who would not want to be your friend, your partner, or on your team with all of that energy and all those good people you got going out there? People love and they respect you, Jackie. You could see it. The work that you do and the people that surround themselves, with you, it's a beautiful thing. And those pictures don't even speak to the many people and organizations that you have worked with. Like people, I didn't have enough time. See, this page is long, her resume. It goes a long way. Like, she has so many different companies on here. Like, let me read some of them to you. You know, she has an executive assistant for the legendary Vaughn Harper. You know, she has her school here, J Love Fashion School of Etiquette, the Black Expo Hair Show, Strike a Pose for Epilepsy Fashion Show, Fashion Week, Brooklyn Fashion Week, NBC Nonstop Fashion Stylist, Up and Coming Rap Artist, Make-A-Wish Foundation, Channel 11 News Village Voice, like Shayla Scott. Like, I can go on and on and on and on about this woman that's sitting next to me. And in saying that, it makes me feel honored just that you would come on my show, or that God would allow our paths to meet, for such a time to sit here and talk about the great things that you do. Now, there's so many more pictures I could have put, but we have to make a movie, people. I had to pick out what I thought was most pertinent. But they should make a movie about you, honestly, because you have done so many things. You have worked with so many people and you have touched so many lives, and you're still doing it. And one thing I like about you in particular is that you not only help the young people, but you award the movers and the shakers that are out there also working in the community. So she can't just go out there and do her thing, y'all. Like God got her like doing all kinds of things. Like she has to award the others that are out there. So that's why I felt the need to say, well, Jackie, I want to bring you on the show and let it be about you now. Because she always awards, highlights, and talks about other people. So I am so honored that you came to this show. I'm so honored that I got a chance to meet you, to be around you. And what I want to ask you is, tell me about one of your most memorable moments about working with somebody, anybody, and your reward was seeing them develop and come into that, what you saw them as before they became that. Tell me about that. Tell me about incidents with that.
It's my babies. I had children from the time they were young. I'm going to tell you this. One of the parents hit me up on Messenger, and she said, I wanted to know, Jack. She said, Jackie, I just want to thank you. She's 21 now, her daughter. She said, you have put in so much skill in my baby girl. She is working at Nordstrom big time. She wants to come back and come back and model. Her mother appreciates a lot of things that I was doing. One of my wonderful friends, shout out to Daryl Pringle, his daughter, as you saw up there, that got the award, because I don't just do, like we said, modeling and acting. I get involved with the kids that are doing different things for their career. Right. I written an essay about this young lady, and I sent it in to my girl, Dara Bragg. From she has the Cedar Awards. I'm going to invite you to that too.
Okay, great. Invite me. I'll be there.
On a panel also committee, because I do all the sponsorship. Anything I get, they say, Jackie, what you need. Right. So you help out market their businesses also. Out of 69 students, right, Sade got picked. Wow. And this young lady, when she got up there, straight A student, practically all her life. Right. Daryl had told me about his daughter. She was in my school. I said, let me get her together, because I felt that I saw some shyness. Right. And I had to speak, because I do also the motivated speaking, different things, get those kids in front of them. I had to get her out of that. Right. Do you know this man sent me a long text when we took that picture? I almost cried. I'm getting things from parents from different things of helping their children out. Yes. And she's 14 years old. Right. And now she's the president in her school. She goes to a performing arts school, Fred Astaire. And I'm very, very proud of her. She received from Senator Leroy Conry in Queens, she received a citation award. She received an assembly award from Alicia Hyman.
I love that.
And that will help them get, going towards college. Right. Because when I got laid off, I worked for NYU nearly 10 years. Right. And I saw, when the Lord showed me, you're not going back there. Right. You're going to have to go through your journey. And I'm with you every step of the way.
And I like that what you said. If you notice, everybody watching, she said that anything that she needed, people came and gave her. And I have a message for you on that note, is that when you're walking in your path, and what you're supposed to do and your purpose in this life, those things will come to you. Even on my ventures, I always expected friends and family or certain particular people that I knew would be there for me. But when I stepped out into what God's plan was for me or what I was supposed to do in my life, those people were not as active in it as I thought they would be. And sometimes we get upset and like, well, they're supposed to be family and friends. You see a lot of people post on Facebook, your family and friends are never going to support you. they're not supposed to. If they supposed to, they'll be there. Like the friends and family who are supposed to support you or supposed to support me, they're there. The ones who are not, they weren't supposed to be. There's other people, new people that are going to come with different things that's going to help you because you're on path with where you need to go. So I like when you said that. When I say, when I needed things, God just allowed it to happen because you're walking in your purpose, and your purpose is helping other people. Now, I'm sure you have had people like me that come back to you grown with their own kids, and when they see you, be like, I tell my kids all about you. I tell them about what we did back in the days, how you helped me, and what it did for me, and I even teach them this too. So you not only help them, but you help whoever comes in from them and that they have to raise. And then could you imagine all the people that was inspired by you that wasn't in your show, that was just watching? There's a lot of those. Oh, yeah. And I know they come up to you. You be like, who are you again? Yeah. Be like, you was in my show? No, I wasn't in your show, Jackie, but I was there. And because of that, it inspired me to do this. So everything that you do is a performance before others, not just the people you're directly working with, but the people that are involved. Because me, myself, I've done a lot of work, but the night I was at your event, I felt good when I went home. I felt good. I was a part of something that you organized, and I was able to do my part in whatever I needed to add to the event, and it made me feel good. I was high off of that show for the whole week after that. I went to work feeling good. You know, I kept thinking about the great things that happened that night and looking forward to do so many more. And that's what the work does, you know, when it trickles over like that. You know, so I saw a picture of you with Michael Spinks. You know, and that was some type of award. Tell me a little bit about that.
I went to the boxing inauguration award.
Okay.
And one of my closest friends, also wonderful woman, Flo Anthony, which everyone should know. She's a journalist, and she's awesome. So that's her hubby, and I was so proud to be there.
Right.
I saw. My man with the wild hair, he was there. The people were going nuts when they saw him. Oh my God. And then it was so many boxers that was at that event.
Right.
And I took a lot of pictures with all the boxers from back in time.
Yeah.
Just to be there and put that out, it made me feel good.
Yeah.
And just sitting there and having a conversation.
Right.
And dealing with just dealing with a lot of different things. And I said, wow, God takes you on another side to see some things.
Really?
So you're going to be doing things with the gentleman from Creed, the short gentleman, so cool. And I just sat down and had conversations with them.
Right.
And I loved it. And then I went back out. I took my sister with me to Michael Spink's birthday party. That was almost a couple years ago. Flo called me and said, girl, I got to have you there. You know, my girl, I love her. And we had a ball. We were partying. We had a ball. And we enjoyed ourselves, and people just to see. And that. And Michael's just a cool guy. He's a wonderful guy. He got into the Boxing Hall of Fame. And I said, oh my goodness, this is amazing. But just to see him at the time, and as a teenager, seeing him boxing.
I remember him from back in the days.
Thinking, wow, I'm in front of this gentleman, and these are my people, not friends, and this is wonderful. You know, and it's a blessing because God, when he takes you out of something, and he says, no, they can't respect what you do and bringing it. We're not doing the hating thing. I'm putting you back here.
Exactly.
That door is closed. He closed that door, and that's it. They can't get to you. You keep your circle small.
And you have to open up a new door with new people and new things to go to a new level. You know, but you know, old is gold. And the reason why I say that is because I met you, you know, at Mike Burrell's birthday party with Lenny Green. All us Virgos was in a house in Queens, New York. It was an honor to be there. I knew as soon as I met you, I felt like I knew you all my life. But, you know, it just, you know, it impressed me that the women that you were with at that party, you guys were friends for like over 40 years. Like, and it's hard to find friendships like that. Like, I mean, like Mike Burrell, the welcoming that he had at his home, you know, and all of the, you know, placards that he got from all the music that he produced, Michael Jackson, Jay-Z. I mean, like all the big heavy hitters. We were all just walking around looking at all the gold albums he got all around his wall. Success and humble.
Oh yeah.
Success and humble. And I love it. And that brings me back to the video that we just saw with Lenny Green. She asked him, what brings you here? And he said, Jackie Love. You know, and he was talking about someone that, you know, passed away, and I know you wanted to expound upon that.
Yeah.
So I want to bring you back to, you know, to talk about that.
Well, Jules Shannon was an amazing designer. She was from Barbados.
Okay.
I started out in a community of the Caribbean community of in fashion, and that was in the early '90s doing shows because I'm known in different barrels of what I do. When I'm doing something, they coming. So I learned a lot through the community of the Caribbean community of fashion, amazing designers. And it touched my heart when I found out, and I got a call because her and I have been close over 25 years.
Right.
We have been on tour together. We have did in the 90s with Little Kim on tour. I did it with Trends Furs. So we've done so much. This woman has done so much, over 50 covers.
And so she used to dress a lot of celebrities.
She used to dress a lot of celebrities. I was the first one that, and she was always thankful to me. I sent her over to a person that they needed help. And for Today's Black Man, Today's Black Woman, and I was on that board at that time. So what I did was, okay, I'm going to help out. I have someone fabulous for y'all for swimsuits. When she did that gold issue of Today's Black Man and went into that platinum, it saw the sales up. And then from there, her career started taking off even more and more and more. She has did everything that you can imagine. So her clothes, she did, the last show she did with me was in 2015, my Kids Couture show. And a lot of the kids got booked. I'm always doing that. It was great. I had the press there. And that picture I have from the next time when I come and I'm going to bring it up, it just tore my heart when I looked at that.
Yeah, we got to do another show because there's so much history to you and other people connected to you that has affected other people outside of even fashion. I mean, like you, Lenny Green, Mike Burrell, you know, Maureen Singleton, you know, Athena, you know, all the people I met, Raynell, your friend Raynell, you know, Cupcake Diva, you know, like, I'm talking about people who have accomplished some big time success and been around some big people. I'm talking humble. And a lot of people know me as BrownEyes. I've been in the industry around people, and I have not been around a more humbling crowd than you guys. I said, I walked out that night and I said, is this what you was waiting to put me, you know, in God? You know, like this is a group of the most humblest people and grateful people that I've seen in a while in the industry, you know, and I think that filters out into, you know, other people, and that's what draws the success to you, you know, because you could be successful. All of y'all could have chose to be successful and look down on everybody and say, look at me and look what I've done, because the music industry and the fashion industry is full of that, you know, but instead y'all chose to say, hey, we've climbed the ladder. We've been through some things. You know, we've been through some things. We've seen some things. And I wish somebody would have grabbed my hand during that time when I was going through it. Like me, when I was shopping for a record deal back in the days doing rap, people gave me pipe dreams all over the place. You could met the biggest celebrity and they say, here's my card, call me, I want to sign you, you know, and you go home like, oh my God, I got a card from so-and-so, they want to sign me. Oh my God, we got to do this. And that person wasn't even going to do nothing with you. They just wanted the floss in front of you for the moment to have that, you know, that attention. You know, but you guys are really about it. Y'all really about the community. You're really about the people. You're about the youth. You're about so many, even awarding the people who have been in industry successful that are still out there doing it. So you are very much appreciated, and the type of person that I look for to come on Community Vibes, so people could know about what you're doing and how humble you are, so they could come on board and support her in whatever she needed, be it a fundraiser, so that she could get this school, because I see that school being very effective, not just for the young people, but for their parents and the entire community. And I'm talking about lives that will grow and take this stuff with them, wherever they go in life, and be able to apply it to themselves in the job, environment, and in their family environment, with their relationships and everything else. And I think it'll be very helpful. So, you guys need to look her up. Her information is going to be at the bottom in this video. But I want to ask her now, so what community events, activity, what do you have coming up now, since, the New Year's kicking off, what are your plans, for people to follow you, to be able to, go along with what you're doing now?
Well, I'm doing something, Miss Colby Jenkins, I gave her the citation award.
Oh, yeah.
That was from Mr. Mayor, Mr. Adams.
Mr. Adams, yes.
Mr. Eric Adams.
I met him, Mr. Eric Adams, too.
Yeah, I'm involved with dealing with the politicians. They know what I do.
Yeah.
So they get involved. And I'm going to tell people quickly, do your homework, do your business right, register your business, because they look you up. And when you're not right, they're not moving.
Yeah.
You got to be honest in what you're doing.
You got to be honest.
I just had a meeting yesterday. We're waiting on something. And my phone went out, and Athena took care of it on that end, and she said, oh, we know who Miss Love is. We ain't gonna worry about that.
Right.
But when I talked about what I'm doing, it blew her mind.
Right.
So we have a part 2 to do. We're not gonna talk when we come back on that.
Yes.
But the thing is that when they're getting involved and they see what you're doing, and you're constant, I'm consistent.
Right.
Because I believe in what I'm doing, and the faith is coming out. Because there was times when I felt down, but I got back up.
Yeah.
Kept
Well,
doing
that's
what I
all
have
of
to
us.
do. Yep, you got to
Yeah.
keep doing.
You gotta keep
Surround
doing
yourself with some amazing
Yeah.
people, and they believe in what you're doing.
Yes.
Don't matter about all the naysayers, because when you get people, I got to say this. Well, you should have been further. No. No. I'm him where I'm at, baby, because God got me where I'm at, and He's taking me all the way up to the top. Because when I was working it, I was still in the world of man, and He wasn't taking me where I was. It was a lot of jealousy.
Right.
It was a lot of trying to tear you down.
Yeah.
Now it's so powerful that you can't touch this.
Right.
And God is bringing the things back, and that's what Mr. Harper was teaching me. Vaughn Harper has taught me a lot, and said, you are going to make it.
You're gonna
He
make it.
stays in my spirit. But when I did, the first thing when I moved, and I did Essence, and brought out for the full figure, for Diva Glam, what my girls on that, it was awesome what Yvette Hunter that did my fabulous face. Shout out to my girl, lives in Queens.
Yes.
We rocked that. I've been in major magazines. Posters, when people see me to this day.
I saw your shot. Y'all saw those fierce shots I put up there.
Yeah.
There's more where that come from.
Yeah, more.
There's some fierceness in that. Yes.
And we opened the door for plus size.
I love it.
I was on tour, 8-city tour, with Tyrese, and it just goes down with the celebrities.
Yes.
And that was a blessing when people to this day said, you look familiar, or heard you on the radio. Oh, and then they're like looking at you, and then now, like when you see that, and you're bringing everything in, and when people see you, they start screaming, "Those kids!
Yes.
Oh my God, I've never seen a show like this. This is crazy!" And then giving back to the community of people that I've worked with for nearly 40 years.
Absolutely.
And they said, "Jackie, they're not doing that." I said, because they told me they're all about their self. Even with the photographers that I'm dealing with, celebrity photographers came out. None of them charged me. So we got you. Everything you do.
And your purpose, everything comes along. And I like what you're doing, because that's exactly what Community Vibes is. You're vibing with the community, and you're taking your God-given gift, talent, skill, creating something to create success in what you have passion for, but that something also helps other people.
Yes.
And that is important.
Yes.
Because I don't believe that any skill or talent that any of us were given was just for us to keep for ourselves. I think that, we could do a little something to benefit ourselves and our success, the things we see for ourselves. But I believe that when you're helping other people with it, it's so much more powerful.
Yes.
It's so much more powerful. I don't believe any gift that I was given, is something that is just for me.
Exactly.
It's for whoever's around me or come in my environment that needs that uplifting moment to make them feel better in their life, to continue on, or to become successful by being inspired. And that's the same thing you have with you. So, for we running into time now, I wish I had more time with Sister Jackie Love Calloway. Wonderful spirit on this show. I'm so glad you came on. So, if somebody want to look for you, to follow you or to get involved with what you're doing, coming out to your events, where could they find you at?
Well, you can find me. Instagram is at Jacqueline Love 097. Facebook, you can go into, there's a couple of them there. That's me on Facebook. You have Jacqueline Love with the short haircut that you've seen in the background with the orange.
Fierce.
Yeah, thank you. You have some other ones that you've seen that you went into my my album and just looked at everything. And my website is JackieLoveFSE.us. There's things that are up there. My bio's up there. If you'd like to take a look at it, read it. But this is something new we're bringing into the community of knowing what this business is about. And it's very, very important. It's very vital. I'm bringing a new thing in, and people are watching. So people have been hitting me up.
I like
and it's a beautiful thing, inviting me out. Personal things of wonderful sisters that say you real.
Yes, you are real. I can verify that. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
I can verify that she is real. And y'all know, I know a lot of people, but I don't have a lot of close friends. But the people that I do pull close to me is because we have a kindred spirit where we walking on the same path with each other. So I appreciate you, Jackie. Thank you for coming out. Is there anything you want to say to them before we end the show?
Yes, Women's Month. Okay. March 25th, I will be up at the Terrytown for Dare to Be Different. That's the one you've seen with the 2 proclamation awards, one from Senator Cousins.
I like that.
And the other one is another senator up there. This is what my girl Kobe Jenkins, that honor the other sisters. And one of them that I nominated was Little Nat from DTF Radio.
I love
that. That young sister deserved it.
Oh, right.
So she accepted that did with Mr. Lenny Green. I'm so proud of her.
Yes.
And we're excited. So the babies are going to come up and turn it out. We're going to be with Miss Rosebud for the hats that's from in Harlem. And I'm coming, we're going to do our thing.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to that.
Like
Everybody's coming through.
Give her a round of applause. You see all that? I mean, it's a lot. Like I said, the resume. Okay? The resume. It's a lot. 4 pages. A lot going on with Jackie Love and everything that she's doing in the community with fashion. So I just want to say that we're going to be looking forward to a great year of shows. I have a good lineup of people that's going to come on here. I like what Jackie said. I'm glad that we have people who are experienced out here that's telling people how to be successful, how you have to be consistent, how you have to be professional on time, and you have to learn what you're doing, research what you're doing. Talk to people. You can be successful, whether it be with a podcast, fashion show, business idea, whatever it is. There's a lot of people out in the community like Jackie that's looking for you, that is willing to open up their arms and embrace you to show you how to be successful. So with that, I would like to just thank you, Jackie, once again from J Love Fashion School of Etiquette. She's going to be coming up. I'm going to speak that building into existence. Can't wait till I come into the doors of it to see the finishing touches of it all and the work being done. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you want to find us, we're Community Vibes with Brown Eyes. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. If you know anybody that's doing great things in the community and think that would be great to come on the show, you can contact me through email by emailing communityvibesbe as in Brown Eyes at gmail.com, or you can give me a call at 862-231-3433. Follow Jackie Love on her pages on Instagram and Facebook. I'm also going to be posting a lot of events that anytime she send me a flyer, y'all know it's going up on the Community Vibes page, so you'll also find it there. Please get out, get involved. There's a lot of great things happening, and I want to lead out this show with a song that I wrote, And I want to make it in honor of Jackie Love because she shines bright like a diamond. I have to put her there. And I wrote it because there's so much canceling out there on people's lives, hateration. And I wanted people to know that no matter what people say and no matter what they think of where you're going, you need to keep on walking in your light and keep shining because you are a diamond. Jackie, you are a diamond. Keep shining bright. Keep letting your light shine on the others. You are blessing people, and you are salt in the earth that's going to plant stuff in people so they can continue to grow and be successful. Thank you. Even for myself as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we're going to lead out with Diamond by myself, MC BrownEyes, music by King T Finesse, y'all. You are a diamond.
Thank you. I can't wait to have you on my voice on that panel.
You can't take away my shine. Why? Cause she's a diamond. Cause she's a diamond. So precious and so rare. She shines right in her atmosphere cause she's a diamond. Yeah, see you're a diamond. Listen to the words, y'all. People talk, they say so much. Like a queen, my pearls I clutch. You can judge me in a heated rush with your facts so out of touch. They gonna say what they wanna say, so I'ma play how I wanna play. It doesn't really matter anyway, as long as I got peace at the end of the day. Young or old, I will not fold. Let it be told, I'm worth more than bricks of gold. You can throw stones and break bones, but never dim the shimmer of my music and tones. You can't take away her shine. Why? Cause she's a diamond. Jackie Love, y'all, cause she's a diamond. Why? Come on. So precious and so rare. She shine bright in her atmosphere cause she's a diamond. Yeah, cause she's a diamond. Keep on following that shine of this wonderful diamond and tune in next time to Community Vibes with BrownEyes. Thank you. See you next time.
Pressures of life that you can't control. Take the lemons and make lemonade. No matter what you create, they're gonna throw shade. Unique in the way we were all made. Down with the myth that your time has been played. Haters gonna hate, but don't ever stop. I'm riding till the wheels fall off of the block. Time keeps ticking if you feel me or not. Better give it all, I'ma give it all I got. You can't take away my shine, cause I'm a diamond. See, I'm a diamond. So precious and so rare. I shine bright in your atmosphere cause I'm a diamond. See, I'm a diamond. It's about time to live my shine. Fear and doubt I leave behind. You can judge me in a heated rush with your back so out of touch. You're gonna say what you wanna say, so I'ma play how I wanna play. It doesn't really matter anyway, as long as I got peace at the end of the day. Young or old, I will not fold. Let it be told, worth more than bricks of gold. You can throw stones and break bones, but never dim the shimmer of my musical tones. You can't take away my shine, cause I'm a diamond. See, I'm a diamond. So precious and so rare. I shine bright in your atmosphere cause I'm a diamond. See, I'm a diamond. You can't take away my shine, cause I'm a diamond. See, I'm a diamond. So precious and so rare. I shine bright in your atmosphere cause I'm a diamond. See, I'm a diamond. You can't take away my shine, cause I'm a diamond. See, I'm a diamond. So precious and so rare. I shine bright in your atmosphere cause I'm a diamond. See, I'm a diamond.